Yeah, I'm gonna. What is it? Brush my teeth before I do anything. Okay. Apparently my mom ain't going to, to coming to, walk around and shit. Because my mom needs to finish up renovating the trailer. So, yeah. So, yeah, today is the last Saturday of this marathon. Okay. Ah, fuck. How that doesn't fuck my day, bruh. Actually, I definitely need to listen, so I'm gonna mute. Okay, good. I'm gonna have to wear my shoe because the floor is cold as fuck. You know? And then gonna throw the receipt away. And then for lunch, I'm then here. gonna make some Ritz cracker sandwich that I made Thursday. So, yeah. So, yeah. I'm thinking, right, for my birthday, I don't know, is not to go to the trailer on my birthday. I just don't want to do that in 2 days. Next Monday, yes. But this Monday on my birthday, fuck no. Because it's my birthday. And I just don't want to do that shit. You know? So, yeah. And also, I woke up very early today, like at 4 or 5 a.m. 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. Because I was, I think, feeling a bit horny. I could say that because no one's here except for me. So yeah, horny. And I watched not a certain Vi Myers video, but like a Vi Myers video on a certain website. Just because like that one TikTok that has Cyan and Jodie in a certain position got me turned on a little bit. And said, "Oh, let me find that one." It's just in that one Vi Myers video that I found on that one website, right? And do that. So yeah. So yeah, tomorrow is the fucking last day. Day 30 is tomorrow. I literally don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Like, it's church, but like if the pastor says I'll go up there, I said, you know what, fine. Oh, I will. Because one, what I said yesterday, I might have to do because I want to follow up with my word with it. So, yeah. 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 And I believe we just had a Mr. Beast video last week. I believe, right? Yeah. So that means today is a Mr. Beast gaming video, I believe. Yeah. And then so yeah, then next Saturday could be a Mr. Beast video on the last day of the week, of the first week of December, of my birthday week. That's the only thing I'm gonna do is just call that a birthday week, and then that's it. So yeah, yeah, and actually later, that will will upload the VOD from earlier this week. Because I'm like a little bit behind on uploads. So yeah. Did I actually watch it? Yeah, I did. Weird. So let's see here. Cause I'm gonna do this for like just to eat. The fuck? To eat and to watch videos. Then after that, I'm gonna do, if Fancily and my camera can cooperate today, do another style of video, because I've been doing it how I want to do, but since no one's here, I got this free time. I could like, but doing the rest. Well, you're gonna see if you're, if you have like a fancy account, create one. It's easy, and then subscribe and follow me. And luckily I didn't get canceled yet. Knock on wood. That I don't get canceled in the future. Or I did when I was younger. So, yeah. And I might as well watch The 10-Year-Old Hunt for the Lost McDonald DS game by Nick Robinson. So, yeah. See, so, okay. I think because I'm eating McDonald's and I said, fuck it, let me watch it. Live on Jorge. Shout out to him. And then I'm gonna put the eggs inside the biscuit because, yeah. Here.
In March of that year, the company revealed a brand new program to train part-time McDonald's employees, a partnership to create an exclusive piece of software for the Nintendo DS. This unassuming little cartridge would then go on to become one of the rarest Nintendo DS games of all time. Today, I'll be telling you the story of this legendary game and how, in June of 2020, one of the last known copies disappeared into the hands of an anonymous collector forever. Now, this program was a big deal for McDonald's Japan. The company claimed that this cartridge would allow them to train new employees in half the time it would usually take. It was a huge investment for the company, too. This whole endeavor of manufacturing and distributing these cards was costing them roughly 200 million yen, or $2 million, and that's not even counting the cost of developing the software itself.
Yeah.
So the title of the game isn't particularly exciting. The official name is eProve Development Program. The contents of this cartridge are fascinating. From what little we know, the game was surprisingly robust, with just a ton of personality, lots of custom sprite work, and even some rudimentary 3D where the little boxes the hamburgers come in.
This game shows trainees how to assemble a quarter pounder with cheese. You can also learn how to cook fries and clean your workstation.
And I say what little we know because for the past decade, this game has been completely lost to time. For about 10 years now, this unassuming little blue cartridge has been the holy grail for many Nintendo collectors. While nobody knows precisely how many copies were manufactured, estimates range from a few hundred to a few thousand. One thing is for sure, this game, if you can even call it a game, is highly sought after. Now, this tactic of taking something that appeals to the young people of Japan and deploying it as a recruitment tactic is something McDonald's Japan has done many times before. Among the most memorable examples would be this anime-style Join the McDonald's Crew campaign from a few years back, featuring members of popular idol group AKB48. This game is so rare, in fact, that it even spawned conspiracy theories that it never existed in the first place. I've come across YouTube comments before claiming that this game is a total hoax and it's just people mixing up some Hilton PSP game for training employees and transposing a memory onto McDonald's. And of course, the existence of that Bloomberg news report I showed you at the beginning kind of contradicts the whole this game is a hoax theory. But strangely, that Bloomberg news report has remained the closest look we've ever gotten at gameplay for 10 years now.
And Bloomberg's Mike Byrne went to McDonald's Training Center in the heart of Tokyo.
That game is a little bit trickier than it looks, actually. If you don't get everything exactly right, it won't let you shake your fries. Japan, the only country where McDonald's uses the DS to train staff.
Somehow, in the time since that Bloomberg reporter paid a visit to McDonald's Japan HQ, we have never really gotten a close look at the game, and nobody has really gotten their hands on the cartridge, or at least everybody who has gotten their hands on the cartridge has kept it completely to themselves. Or at least that was the case until December 2018, when a user on assemblergames.com named Code1038 made the following post announcing he'd gotten his hands on the game. Hello guys, I found this very rarest cartridge a year ago, and I'm still at same point. I can't reach hidden menu to see 3D Burger and play games. I've tried with famous Japanese speaker to enter in it, but unfortunately, I need a code. I've made this little video what I can do. Help needed. Now maybe you're confused, so I'll explain. Code1038 on this forum, also known as Cody Tontweet on YouTube, had actually gotten his hands on a copy of this coveted game. However, and here's the incredibly intriguing part, he had been stuck for years on the title screen because the title screen required a password. Cody had even included a video captured directly from his copy of the game showing the issue, and sure enough, this gameplay video, the only gameplay video we have of the McDonald's training game, is only 2 minutes long because he couldn't get past the title screen. And while it's only 2 minutes long, what's in those 2 minutes is unbelievably intriguing. First off, there's this amazing opening cutscene. My personal favorite part, the incredible main menu music, which, if you listen closely, you'll note is a reorchestrated chiptune interpretation of the classic McDonald's ba-da-ba-ba-ba jingle. Just listen. Tragically, this was all Cody could see. Even though he owned the cartridge, he could only watch that title screen and get to that main menu over and over, and had been stuck there, according to him, for a year. Now, this, in and of itself, is extremely weird. The idea of a Nintendo game cartridge with a unique password to lock out unintended players is already very unusual. But the fact that this functionality was built into what is also arguably the single rarest Nintendo DS game ever manufactured made the whole thing even more intriguing. Now, making things even trickier is the fact that Cody refused to share the contents of the cartridge. In the comments of his video, and all over the internet, people have begged him to dump the game. The comments on the video are now locked, but in this video by the YouTuber Blame It On Jorge, you can see somebody asking Cody to please dump the ROM and him saying, smiley face, that's illegal, smiley face. Even going back to his initial forum thread, Cody said, P.S. I can't share ROM. And when another user insisted that Cody dump the cartridge, he stood firm. Quote, law is law, and I've already stuck for dumping. Sharing is still illegal by law, and I'm very strict for this point. I've bad personal experience about illegal download. I'm working with people who are are very strict about information sharing. In other words, Cody would not be dumping the cartridge and distributing it online, so picking the game apart inside the software and looking for the password was not going to be an option. Now, while researching all this, I reached out to a video game conservationist and translator named Samuel Messner to ask him about this phenomenon. Why do collectors keep these one-of-a-kind games hoarded for themselves?
Yeah, so this is an issue that is a bit hard to dodge, because whenever you've got something that's valuable, the only thing that can drive you to do anything that decreases that value is altruism and, idealism, right?
Eggs biscuit bread.
And, personally, I'm very much an idealist, so that's what I would do. But some people, are not very into the that things they have in their
Here you go.
collection would suddenly be worth so much less.
Now, despite Cody's insistence on not sharing, the members of the now-defunct Assembler Games forum did their very best to help him out. They translated the menus for him, picked apart his extracted game saves that he uploaded, attempted to contact Japanese game collectors for help, and nothing. They came up completely empty-handed. Eventually, the forum shut down, and the quest hit what looked like a permanent dead end. Now, for over a year, this was where the story ended. There was no real movement on Cody's hunt to get access to this game. But then, in June of 2020, just a few months ago, there was an enormous development. Over on Yahoo Auctions Japan, a seller by the name of Nanbata0122 was selling an actual copy of the McDonald's training game. And that would have been exciting enough on its own, but the thing that made this auction really special is that from the photos you could tell that whoever this mysterious person is who was selling the game actually had the password. In all the photos of the game, you could see it being played. There was actual gameplay on the screen. This person had the password that Cody needed, the password for this specific cartridge, which was completely unprecedented. Now, the thing is, Nanbata0122 clearly knew what this was worth, because they listed this auction at a whopping 345,000 yen, the equivalent of about 3.5 thousand US dollars. Still, the item description was clear. You weren't just paying for this very rare game and the equally rare matte black McDonald's logo branded DSi. Included in this auction was the code required to boot the game up. For the very first time in 10 years, there was finally a path forward. A way for the world to finally see what secrets the Japanese McDonald's training game had, but there was an enormous 350,000 yen roadblock in the way. Cody reappeared now on a new forum called Obscure Gamers and posted, "I found a guy on Yahoo Auctions Japan who has full access to menu. I need someone to contact him and get access." But, of course, that never happened. No one was able to reach out to Nanva0122, and besides, there's no way this person would be giving up this password. And then, the auction just sat there for weeks, with seemingly no one willing to fork up the cash for this very, very, very rare game. That was until July 9th at 9 p.m. Japan time, when an anonymous person placed a sniper bid at the last second, won the game, and then vanished. That was 4 months ago now, and ever since that auction ended, nobody has stepped forward as the owner of this game.
In 2020, one was put up for sale on Yahoo Japan Auctions with one of the training cartridges and sold for the equivalent of around $3,200.
Most people have just assumed that it went into the hands of a private collector, someone who's as fascinated as you and I about Nintendo history, who has no intention of ever sharing this precious gem with the outside world. Seemingly, this person was perfectly content to just enjoy this game themselves and never let us see what the gameplay looked like. Just as quickly as it had appeared, the game had once again vanished. And so too had the world's only opportunity to actually experience the gameplay of the McDonald's training game. And until now, this has been where this story ends. An unsatisfying and predictable outcome that honestly paints a pretty grim picture of the state of video game preservation. But I'm here to tell you that there's more to this story. A lot more. Because, viewer, I've been keeping a secret from you. See, the person who placed that bid, the person who won that $3,500 auction for the McDonald's DS game, the person who now owns the only copy with the password included, that person is me. months ago, I received a comment on my saying you have to make a video about the lost Japanese DS game made for McDonald's employees. And while I don't normally solicit video ideas from my YouTube comments, this idea immediately hooked me. I had no idea that this cartridge existed, and the more I looked into it, the more fascinated I became by this whole thing. It wasn't long before I found myself on a forum thread where one user said, "I found an auction, but it's too darn expensive, it ends on Thursday." The thing is, when I came across this thread, it was already Thursday. Frantically, I clicked the auction link, and there I was, staring down a copy of the game I had just spent an entire night researching, and there were just 30 minutes left. For that entire half hour, I was just pacing in front of my desk, trying to decide whether or not this purchase could be worth it. I kept talking myself into it, and then talking myself out of it over and over, and then finally, I caved. With 2 minutes left on the auction, I clicked the place bid button and saw this. Turns out the website I was using had a 300,000 yen limit on my account, and the auction was seconds away from ending. And as I watched it slip away, I was pretty bummed out, but also kind of relieved that this temporary insanity that had taken over me hadn't driven me to spend a preposterous amount of money on a piece of McDonald's employee trading software from Japan. With the auction over, I refreshed the page, curious to see if some other last-minute bidder had swooped in and stolen it, and lo and behold, that's when I realized that the auction had been set to automatically relist. This meant that I now had 6 whole days to formulate a plan to get my hands on this thing. Now, I've partnered with Bai before on videos, like for this unboxing of a ton of Japan-exclusive Super Monkey Ball and Mario items, but this was different. This time, I was going to be asking them a way bigger question. I wanted to know if there was any chance Bai would be willing to help me out and assist me in securing this historic video game. Amazingly, they said yes. Now, I can't tell you how happy I was when Bai said yes to this proposition. And with their help, I placed the bid, waited, and then won the auction. However, there was still one enormous hurdle left to clear. See, it's still 2020, and over the summer, as a temporary precaution due to current world events, Japan actually halted shipping in or out of the country. See, Japan's primary mail provider is Japan Post, and Japan Post had an enormous list of countries who they were forbidding all mail to be sent or received from, and included on that list was my home country, the United States of America. This posed an enormous problem. I needed to devise a way to somehow get this game out of Japan at a time when mailing things in and out of Japan was strictly forbidden. Out of options and desperate for some sort of resolution, I knew what I had to do. And it's not what you think. See, normally in a situation like this, my solution, as you probably could have guessed if you've seen my other videos, would be to go to Japan and secure the package myself. But not only had Japan halted all mail in or out of the country, they've also halted all tourism in and out of the country. So there was no way I'd be getting in. So I'm sure you can understand my predicament here. I effectively had to figure out a way to book a flight to Tokyo in search of answers at a time when booking a flight to Tokyo in search of answers is literally against the law. Luckily, I had an ace up my sleeve. See, around this time last year, my younger brother Mark actually moved to Tokyo to go to university. And while all foreign residents of Japan, including people with student visas, have been forbidden from leaving and re-entering the country during the pandemic, my brother had just been granted special permission to head back to the United States for a few weeks for a mandatory medical checkup. And by the way, just to reassure you, he got his checkup and everything's fine. So here's my idea. If I could somehow get this game into Mark's hands before his flight back to America, he could theoretically smuggle the McDonald's DS out of Japan in his luggage and the package would be secure. Now, for whatever reason, I felt a real sense of urgency with this mission. Blame It on Jorge's video that mentioned this McDonald's game had shined an enormous spotlight on it, and I couldn't shake the feeling that someone else might beat me to the punch on this. Now, a couple weeks after winning the auction, the item finally arrived at Bai's warehouse, but I was really running out of time. By this point, it was July 28th, and my brother's flight to America was just 3 days away. And in incredibly narrow window to get this thing delivered. So if this item didn't arrive quickly, this plan was doomed. For 2 very stressful days, this possibility hung over my head that after all this work, after all the money we'd spent, and after everything else had lined up so perfectly, a simple scheduling issue could unravel this entire plan. Then, on July 30th, I got this Discord message from my brother. The package had been secured.
So while I was packing up my stuff to get ready to return to America here in a few days, I am pretty sure that I heard a certain package arrive at my doorstep. So we're going to go check that out. Oh. Not only is the inside of this cardboard box an incredibly rare, one-of-a-kind make and model of DS, it also could potentially hold trade secrets of the McDonald's Corporation. So I'm going to be very careful opening this. You know, who knows what kind of, like, this could be bugged. I could have the McDonald's corporate team busting down my door with riot shields any second now. Oh, my goodness.
With barely a day left before his flight, Mark safely packed the McDonald's DS into his enormous blue suitcase, and soon he was on his way to Tokyo's Haneda Airport. With you, the particulars of whether or not Mark would even be able to leave were kind of a big question mark. Jumping through the hoops to get all the paperwork filled out so that Mark could return home was an enormous hassle, and there was no real guarantee he would even be able to leave, much less get back into the country. Mark entered the airport, and with virtually all flights in and out of Japan canceled due to the pandemic, Haneda's international terminal was a ghost town. Everywhere he looked, seats were blocked off, forbidding people from sitting next to each other, a measure that ultimately proved redundant since almost every seat in the airport was unoccupied. Soon, it was time for Mark's flight, and a few minutes later, Mark found himself on board a virtually empty airplane from Tokyo to the United States. Meanwhile, halfway across the world, me and my family were on our way to the airport to go meet Mark and see him for the first time since the pandemic. I was extremely excited. Excited, of course, to see my brother for the first time since 2019, something that seemed almost impossible to pull off in the midst of COVID, but also excited that the world would finally get a close look at this legendary and mysterious game for the first time ever. We arrived at the airport, masked up, and after patiently waiting for what felt like forever, watching handfuls of masked passengers slowly trickle out of the gates, finally, we saw it. It arrived. It's hard to overstate how great a feeling it was to see Mark again. The whole situation with travel in Japan had really led me to believe that he may not get to see us this summer at all, and that we may not see him until next year. But in all the excitement of seeing Mark, something slipped through the cracks. Something I didn't realize right away. I've been looking closely and noticed that the enormous blue suitcase that Mark had packed the McDonald's DS in, he didn't have it. Do you know that your bag is not with, didn't come?
So the bag is delayed. I was.
Mark explained to me that due to a baggage snafu with the airline, his luggage had not wound up on his flight home with him.
That's fucked.
So, I'd be lying if I said that this situation was not terrifying. I mean, here we had this incredibly rare game, an item that virtually never showed up on auction sites, a game that, as far as I know, doesn't exist anywhere else in the United States.
Gonna-
Nobody had the password to access except for me, and we'd have to rely on an airline who'd already misplaced the one to ever get it back. This is a truly helpless feeling. There was really nothing we could do here except just exercise some patience and wait. Well, almost nothing. The one thing I could do was start preparing. See, even if everything
Yeah,
went
I'm not gonna
perfectly and the
eat
airline
it
found
with
this bag and
the
returned
syrup
it to
like
us,
how I
that was what we
usually
have to
do.
have. I didn't just want to own this McDonald's training cartridge. I wanted to document. I wanted to finally give the world its first up-close look at what this gameplay actually consisted of. See, if I was going to do this, if I was going to put in all this time, effort, energy, and money, I wanted to do it the right way. I wanted to capture the game as it was actually played by McDonald's employees back in 2010, running on actual
All I got is the
Nintendo
hash brown to eat, then that's it.
So I started looking into solutions, and pretty quickly I realized what I wanted was a 3DS modified for video capture.
So I'm gonna finish eating the hash brown, and then it's like what, 10:53, and feeling a bit, horny again. Wait a minute, hold up. If I were to, because like incognito mode, right, it won't save anything. Right? See this. So let me read this real quick. It says, okay, others who use this device so you can browse more privately, and this won't change how to. Okay. Hold up. If I were to do this, hold up. It won't save it? Okay. Let me log in. Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Gonna do it through this laptop's horrible camera, but I mean, I have to download OBS to do that, huh? I'd rather do it like that, so yeah.
But here's the thing.
Here we go.
Getting your hands on a 3DS capture device is much easier said than done. For example, check out this MLIG video from last April.
I wish we could say we were able to show you great ideas that you can go and try for yourself right now, but the reality is that at this moment, the 3DS is in kind of a bad place.
And what they say in that video is completely true. The availability of hardware-modified 3DSs in 2020 has dried up almost entirely. Now, from doing a ton of research, I realized that there was really only one person left on Earth who could help me with this problem. And that was a console modder based out of Germany named Stefan Merki. For years now, Stefan has run a shop called Merki.net, where he sells capture cards and hardware mods for the Nintendo 3DS. This site came up over and over in my research. By all accounts, Stefan was one of the best and most reliable hardware modders out there, able to install a full suite of capture devices and other useful hardware modifications, and he seemed like a perfect fit for this project. So, excitedly, I went to Stefan's website, and he had stopped selling them.
We chatted a bit via email with Merki, a European distributor for both KatsuKitty and Loopy kits. And he tells us that he's also getting out of the game once his existing stock is depleted. He seems to believe that his business can no longer count on receiving a return on investment for additional 3DS hardware.
Stefan had just posted an open letter on his website announcing that he was, sure enough, out of the modding game, retiring after 7 long years of modding Nintendo hardware for a living. Still, I knew I had to try, so I reached out to Stefan personally. I pleaded with this man, the Hattori Hanzo of 3DS hardware modification, trying my hardest to persuade this master of his craft into coming out of retirement for one last job. I explained the situation to Stefan, that I was painfully close to getting my hands on this rare DS game, and that I needed one of his devices to share with the world. And it took some convincing, but eventually, he agreed. But there was a caveat. Stefan said he would need me to send him some American 3DS hardware to modify. So I went out and purchased a brand new 2DS XL and mailed it off to Germany. Yep. That's what I hear. More on that later. In the meantime, I also continued to closely monitor this piece of lost luggage. Balancing all these things, the auction, the missing baggage, trying to persuade a retired German modder to make me a custom 3DS for capture. It was overwhelming trying to keep all these plates spinning at once, especially knowing that if even one of these things fell through, the whole project would likely fall apart. Eventually, after hours of checking the luggage delivery link over and over and over, an update came in the next day. Yeah, wait, what does it say?
Airlines baggage information delivery info.
Okay.
This is from an email address called welcome to where'smysuitcase.com.
Where is your suitcase?
Recently, your baggage was delayed while flying into Raleigh-Durham International Airport. You're receiving this email because we will be handling your delivery on behalf of American Airlines.
So
We have
what's
entered your baggage claim into our system. We are working with the airline to get your baggage as fast to you as possible. If all goes according to plan, we'll get this bag by tonight at 10 p.m.
I mean, this is the closest I've ever been to this McDonald's DS. The trajectory is correct. It's on the right path.
It's in spitting distance.
It's passed so many hands, you know? Who can really trust? What if a little greedy Gus at the airport snuck his hand in there and decided he wanted a McDonald's Game Boy? Who can say? All right. Thank you.
We're also playing monkey ball downstairs if you
Oh,
want.
what? What the f*** are you saying? The baggage apparently arrived at
I
our
love that.
airport and
It's
was
like,
sent to be
wait,
delivered to our house.
we're playing Super Monkey Ball? Wait, what the fuck?
On August 4th at 10 p.m., there was a knock on the door. Hi. This is for Mark?
Yep, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
You too. Oh my gosh. It had arrived.
That phase though.
Very precious cargo.
Got the goods.
This is smuggled across country borders.
Multiple states. It's changed hands more times than I can count between postmen. Oh my gosh.
Everything is all jumbled up in here. This is not how I had everything.
Well, I suspect it was packed pretty safely by our friend in Japan, right? Oh my god, is this...
There's part 1. Where's part 2? Wait a minute.
There's no way somebody would snatch it.
Here it is.
You never know with TSA, dude.
Or maybe like there's a lithium-ion battery in it. And
Right.
They wouldn't let me check it through. And that was the thought in my head just now. So
Yeah.
Taking it.
Getting lithium batteries through customs can be tricky. Oh
I
my
believe
god.
what you have here is the charger. I
Okay.
think this is the actual device.
Okay.
That's based on how much it weighs.
Alright. So you haven't opened this part yet, right?
I haven't opened anything.
This is a huge moment. Oh my gosh. This is so thoroughly wrapped. I'm really, and I'm grateful. It needed every bit of wrapping here. Okay, hang on a second. There's something pretty interesting going on here. Ready? That is beautiful. Look at the matte black McDonald's logo. You know, MKBHD would get a kick out of this, I think. It's in such good condition too. Shouts out to the McDonald's employee who took.
So it has a cartridge. It's not just pre-installed.
Oh, buddy. That's what she's. An unassuming cartridge with incredibly high value and precious data. And then what is going on over here? Why is what is this second thing? So this number, from the YouTube videos I've seen of the people who can't get past the title screen, I'm pretty sure there's a 6-digit code that's needed. Wait, there's another one? There's 2? What? 2 McDonald's DSIs here. Wow, they're both like in incredible condition too. That matte texture is so nice. The DSI is a very beautiful and underrated device. And then let's see what's the last piece of the puzzle here. Yeah, Mark, I think your suspicion is correct. I think this is just a pretty standard DSI charger here. Oh my god. Wow, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert, for filming. At long last, this ultra-rare game, and allegedly the password for it, was in our hands. This incredibly rare McDonald's-branded DSI, this even rarer McDonald's Japan employee training game, and arguably the most precious part of all, a long-lost, unique 6-digit password that would let us access the game for the first time in 10 years. Finally, at long last, the game was safely in our hands, and that meant that there was only one piece of the puzzle left. And sure enough, a few days later, another package arrived, this time from Germany, containing the modded new 2DS XL. This was the final piece. This was the last ingredient necessary to share this game with the world. The only thing to surmount was the language barrier. I can't read Japanese, but I know somebody who can. So I reached out to Samuel Messner again and asked him if he'd be
Let's
down
go.
to join me for the first playthrough of the McDonald's DS training game. He agreed.
And I'm excited to see the icon for it.
Yeah, this is a good point. This is a big moment for me. I have not actually turned this game on yet. I've played 0 seconds of this. And United States, as far as I can tell.
Oh my god, it's fancy!
Damn, I kind of wish that was what the cartridge looked like. Because it's got kind of a Field of Magic XYXX vibe to it. Dude, I can't. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Wow. FMV. Oh my god. Dude. Happy McDonald's customers all over the world. So, this opening video was on YouTube, but I avoided watching it because I didn't want to take away from that moment, and I made the right call. Wowee. Alright, so we got 3 menu options here. Can you help me out with these?
Yeah, so the first one is password input. The second is password, like change your password. And the third one is serial code input, which is probably what we're going to want to do here.
Oh, interesting. I feel like I'm defusing a bomb here. Dude, I don't know if you caught that. It's got the ba-da-ba-ba-ba jingle. It's incredible. It's so spiritual. Okay, this has to be it because it's a 6-digit code that only takes numbers. All right, let's punch this in. 4, 8, 5. Oops, I fucked up. Is this backspace in the lower right?
Yeah, it is.
4, 8, 2. Such a distractingly beautiful song. All right, here we go. What does it say at the bottom?
Complete input. Right, let's see here. Oh no! The what you have entered is incorrect. Please enter the correct information.
This moment, in all honesty, scared the crap out of me. My mind flooded with terrifying possibilities. Had this DS cartridge save game been wiped somehow? Had the seller sent me the wrong copy? Or, worst of all, were these photos fake? Had we been straight up scammed here? What if it's the password? What if they set the password to be... Because it is a 6-digit password.
Try it. Yeah, why not?
I hope so, because I don't know what I'm going to do if this doesn't work. Okay?
And here it says, please enter the 6-digit password that you yourself have decided. This is where I'm unsure whether this will actually work.
Alright, 48500. I'm hoping this works. Yes! Yes! Alright. We're in.
We're in uncharted territory, man.
Dude, the password had worked. Wow, we got the buns. 2 pickles that's an iconic bit of McDonald's lore. 2 patties. I think I'm done. Oh, it's 3D! Now, our full playthrough of this game took over an hour, so I'm going to spare you from watching all of that and just show you the highlights. Is this my name? Oh my god. Alright, let's go with this guy then. Oh, let's get the egg.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this sound design is so good. Are you hearing that? Dude, the fact that it's like a sprite of a cow with a McDonald's M on it.
Hey, my name is Donald McDonald. Okay, how many pickles on a double cheeseburger?
Easy.
Oh.
We're now getting an isometric view of the whole store.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Okay. It says that you can send an encouraging message to someone else in the McDonald's crew.
Dude, that is incredible. Now, as we played through this game, we just kept making discovery after fascinating discovery.
Is that Ronald McDonald's hand?
Way too much to put in this video. And side note, if you're one of the people crazy enough to want to watch all 73 minutes of this playthrough, you can just click the join button underneath this video and you'll get access to the entire thing as one of my channel members. Anyways, it goes without saying that this was an immensely satisfying moment, playing through this game for the first time and having a translator by my side to help out. It felt like a victory. It's a great piece of history that we've uncovered here, and I'm looking forward to
So yeah, that's it. For today, because I'm literally going to do my thing on Fansly, and after that, just gonna chill out, because tomorrow is the fucking last day of being 21 Savage. Just kidding. That's being 21. This age ain't going away. I wrote up last night some well, like a short tweet, but like mentioned a whole lot of people just to see if I can get the attention of some people, but not all people that I mentioned. Because I'm gonna have to do it at a perfect time. Meaning I'm gonna have to tweet it out at at what time is it in Glendale? Or Arizona does not have, like time change, I believe. Hold on, let me see here. What time is it in Glendale, Arizona? It's 9:14 a.m. So I'm gonna have to send it at around that time. So I have to wait until like 11 a.m. my time, 9 a.m. Glendale time. So, does Arizona have time zones? No. All Arizona is in the Mountain Time Zone said no, the same time and remains on Mountain Standard Time all year. So it's gonna So I'm gonna have to send it at 11 a.m. my time, 9 a.m. Glendale time, just to have everyone noticing around the world by my birthday. Some of it is dumb. I know that most people won't check their phones, I know, but if they do, shout out to y'all because y'all are dope. So yeah, my birthday is in 2 days. Fucking crazy. 2 fucking days! My birthday, what the fuck? So, like I said, gonna end the stream on a sad one. Tomorrow is the last day of streaming because I streamed over a month and I have like so many effing VODs, and the final one that's gonna be saying, damn, that's a lot of hours y'all had to watch. And it's let me see here. Here's listen here about how long is the my collection. It's 45 hours, 21 minutes, and 15 seconds. Fucking nuts. Fucking nuts. You know, that's nuts that you had to watch, like, what? How long is 45 minutes? 45 hours in days. Let's see that. How long is 45 hours in days? That's like almost 2 days worth of videos that y'all can get through. If not, I can do it like how I'm doing it, like doing it per day. So yeah. So later it will end up being like 45 or 40, like around 46 minutes. No, 46 hours. But this one is going to be like more. But the other one's going to be like nearing 46 hours. But this one is going to tip it over right there. So yeah. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys all. Can't believe I'm gonna say this. On the last day of this marathon, and I will, for the first time in days in this month, tweet out, and I want everyone to come there tomorrow because I want to have y'all listen to what I'm going to say tomorrow at church. If I have the balls to do it. If not, sorry. Because I'm gonna have to get over my stage fright tomorrow. Yeah. So that's it. See you guys all tomorrow on the last day of the marathon. It's been a fun one. It's been a chaotic month, to say the least, especially for this week. Yeah. It's been a chaotic week to end the month. So, yeah. Doesn't the only thing I want to shout out is to is Tub for, you know, chatting with me earlier this month. The chat, and actually Morbid for Fun for following. Those are the two main biggest, semi-biggest content creators at the moment that y'all should watch right now, because once this year ends, 2026 is going to be like the blow up of the newer creators, you know, and try and get, you know, Streamer Awards late next year. So, because my goal is to actually get a Streamer Award. Let's say, yeah, I fucking made it. well, my meaning of made it is getting like some awards, and then later on in your life not feel too materialistic with stuff. Well, Jack he has a whole lot of awards of different content creators, but he loves collecting awards at the time. But I think Jack sucks at life. Said, "Oh yeah, one I want to have a museum that has different variation of awards, my own awards, and other content creator awards." So yeah. Yeah. So anyways, that's it. Again, I'll see you guys all tomorrow on the last day. I will watch 100%. I will watch the Survivor Series War Games. And then next week is the NXT Deadline. Alright, NXT Deadline is next Saturday. And this upcoming Friday is going to be Friday Night SmackDown somewhere in the US, obviously. So yeah. And then this Friday, next Friday is good. Not this coming Friday, but next Friday, like the December 12th Friday. I want to see, please. All right, if I'm saying it right now, all right. I want to see Zelina Vega at the Streamer Awards alongside Senna and her friends. Just saying. She could also bring Aleister Black to the Streamer Awards. I'm just saying. That's pretty good promotion to SmackDown. I'm just saying. People will say, okay, Raw is slightly good, but like SmackDown it's the place to watch every Fridays on the USA Network. So I'm just saying. And also, I'm hoping, okay, today it's the day where Rug, I believe, because right now it's like, what, 8, no, hold on, let me see. Fuck, what time is it in San Diego? Hold up. What? In San Diego. It's 8:26, so I'm hoping that later today, Rug is doing a video with Dom Mysterio, aka Dom Guerrero. Thing. You know. So, I just really, really want Rug to collab with Dom Mysterio and basically have him a part of Survivor Series. Because I've been saying it for half a year that I want to see this Rug and Dom Mysterio collab before Survivor Series. It didn't happen, but what could happen is Dom Mysterio hitting up Face Rug, say, "Yo, I need help on this match, and this is how it's gonna go." And you could potentially have a storyline between me and you, between two other opponents for WrestleMania. Then if that goes good, man, we got ourselves a banger of a match for WrestleMania. Like, we got it. We got it, because it's set in stone. Elimination Chamber is going to be in the heart of CM Punk, Chicago. So, then after that, there's no, interruptions and stuff. It's going to, most Raws, most, if not all Raws, most, if not all SmackDown is going to be pretty much at 8 p.m. EDT, and then after that is going to be slow and going back to 8 p.m. EST for late next year. So yeah, I just can't wait for if that actually happens. If I see Rug with Dom Mysterio, holy fuck, Dirty, you're the GOAT. So yeah. Anyway, sorry for my keep on saying yeah, see you guys on tomorrow, but for real this time, I'll see you guys tomorrow, because I'm literally getting tired of my voice, and yeah. Peace.